Okay, so welcome everyone and thank you for coming. So this is the Conference on Information Theoretic Cryptography, otherwise known as ITC 2020. So actually, even though this is the third installment of the conference, this is actually the first conference with an in-person option. So unluckily, the first iteration of ITC was in 2020. And so due to COVID, there was no in-person option the first 2 years. And so you guys get to enjoy this lovely view. And for those of you who got in last night, you may have even got to catch some fireworks. So we hope you enjoy that. It is a hybrid format, so you may have noticed that we also have some participants over Zoom. Also, some of the talks will be remote. Some of the talks will be in person, and all the Spotlight track talks are in person. So just briefly for some stats, this year we accepted 17 papers out of 30 submissions. It was actually pretty nice to have a small conference. So each PC member was assigned between 4 to 5 papers, and this made things a bit more relaxed. It also gave the opportunity to have some interaction between the reviewers and the authors if needed. And in fact, several technical issues were actually identified and some of them resolved via this process. So over the course of the 3 days, we are going to be having 6 paper presentation sessions with 25-minute talks. And we also have a spotlight track, which will include 6 invited talks. And these are results that the PC collectively decided to invite these speakers to speak about results that are of interest to the ITC community and kind of very cool, hopefully very cool talks. And these are Dakshita Khurana, Yevgeny Dodis, David Zuckerman, Yuval Yishai, Rafael Pass, and Omri Ben Eliezer. And that is the order that the talks will be in. And these are going to be 1-hour talks. Okay, so you might be wondering what exactly is information theoretic cryptography and how is this conference different from perhaps other crypto conferences. So actually, we interpreted information theoretic cryptography quite broadly, as I believe was done in the past 2 years. So the first definition that we used is results about cryptographic protocols and primitives with unconditional security guarantees. So this might be more the traditional definition that you might have expected. But we also more broadly considered results that use information theoretic tools and technique, even if the goal of the result is not information theoretic. And so this interpretation is broad enough that you can see from this word cloud that I made using the titles of the papers and the talks that we kind of cover all our bases. And so you will probably see, if you look at the papers and the talks, we kind of cover essentially all areas of cryptography are in some way, shape, or form using information theoretic tools and techniques. So I just want to end with some thank yous. So first of all, to the general chairs, so Yael Kalai and Vinod Vaikunthanathan. So they kind of set everything up, and it was a challenge with Zoom and in-person hybrid format. So hopefully everything is going to run smoothly. Felicia Raton from MIT was also instrumental with helping out the logistics. I also want to thank the ITC steering committee who provided a lot of advice and guidance. In particular, Benny Applebaum was available for me to bug him often with questions and advice. Stefano Tesaro, who was last year's chair, was also really helpful in giving me advice. I want to thank all the program committee members and external reviewers, all the session chairs, of course, all the authors and invited speakers, you are the ones who are making the content for this conference. So we appreciate that. And of course, all the attendees, both those who are in person and those who are remote. I also want to mention our sponsors. So we want to thank NTT Research and Algorand, who were platinum sponsor this year, and Microsoft Research, who was a silver sponsor this year. Okay, so before I turn it over to the technical content, I just wanted to make some announcements. So after ITC, there is actually going to be a Charles River Crypto Day on Friday. So hopefully everyone got the email about this, and you can see they set up a website with more details.